Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nidus Anarchy series. I'm your host, Adam, the CIO of Nidus, and today we're going to talk about vendor training. I know this sounds exciting, and you're so amped up to hear about vendor training that you've just forgotten everything you're doing and totally focused on this, and I'm honestly surprised that you've probably even clicked on the link to watch this video. Obviously, we've had a really good thumbnail to get you in here. So I'm going to try to make this as entertaining as possible, but there is going to be some boring parts. And the boring parts is we're talking about identity and access management. As much as it is my lifeblood, it just pains me to talk about this stuff because I'm forcing myself to make it sound exciting. So hopefully I'm going to make it as exciting for you too. So vendor training. Wow, is this exciting? It's exciting because a lot of it is free. It's crazy education, and you can build an entire team off the training that these guys are giving to you for free. This is what's crazy. A lot of people don't even know about this, but most vendors like ForgeRock and Ping, a lot of these guys, they have training available online for all their products. And they have for like certifications and all that kind of stuff, which I've kind of gone into before about certifications. I'm not a big fan. I could really care less if you're certified. But let's say you bring on a new Ping consultant. This guy knows every product about Ping, knows it inside and out. Well, you probably want that guy to be also versed in, let's say, ForgeRock. So what I do is I'll send my new guy off to ForgeRock training, but like not off to, but like online. And they have a ton of free training webisodes. It goes very in-depth to their product. So I'm just talking about ForgeRock right now because literally I just finished a whole bunch of them, so it's fresh in my mind. But like I was saying, a lot of these vendors have this training available, and you should definitely take advantage of it. So they have these 3-hour courses chopped up into like 7 to 10 minute videos, and they go into every different product. So there's one for directory services, they have one for access management, one for identity management, there's one for governance, one for gateways, all that kind of fun stuff, right? So if there's one thing you want to learn about, there's 3 hours of in-depth video that shows you how to set up the product, what it does, how our passwords managed, all this kind of fun stuff. And they even have some more that are even more in-depth. I think their deep dive ones are something like 8-9 hours worth of video. I mean, there's a lot there. And when you're done, you get a little badge you can put it on LinkedIn and show people, hey, I know this product. But in the end, amazing stuff. Like how many guys go on to Udemy or those other sites where it's like there's tons of content out there, but you pay like $10-15 for the course, you learn something that's great. Well, if you want to learn something like, hey, I want to sign up for the ForgeRock classes where, hey, I'm going to go learn with an instructor and all that stuff. They're like 5 days long. You're going to pay like $1,500, $2,500. Like these things are super expensive, and they take a week, or even if it takes one day. If you're telling me I have to go on site somewhere for a day to learn something, you're out of your goddamn mind. I'm never going to do it. I'm just telling you right now, I'm not going to go on site to learn anything ever. If I can't learn it on my computer, especially when we're talking about IT stuff, you're insane. Now, if we're talking about how to build a knife out of a piece of rebar and I get to sit there and, make that thing myself, like this, then yes, I'm going to go on site and I'm going to learn how to make a knife out of a piece of rebar. But for online training, that's more than enough to learn anything in the IT world. So I'm never going to go on site. So the fact that these guys are putting this online training available to us, and you can do it whenever you want, it's all self-paced, meaning you can do it whenever you want. Now, what I like to do is, obviously, like this looks nice. I can sit here and watch all these videos while I'm working, and that's what everyone likes to do. But no, I wait until way late at night, 10 o'clock at night. I'm going to go outside. I bring like a little TV or my laptop, and I sit outside where it's nice and chill and quiet and everyone's sleeping. And I just sit there and hang out, maybe get a cocktail, and I'll just sit there and listen. Because at that point in time, I'm not worried about anything else. I'm not thinking about all this other stuff. And I'm really just absorbing all this information that comes in. And it really just kind of clicks. And that's when I like to do my training. So what I'll do is maybe divide it up over a week and just do a couple hours every day. And by the end, boom, got a whole new product under my belt. And at that point, I'll grab the software, spin up some VMs or some AWS instances, and play with it and actually do the demos and try to integrate it with other stuff. So the training is the first step, and it's great that it's free and it's available to people. But after that, you really got to get the hands on. So you got to get a hold of the software, and then from there, build out some demos. And don't just do what they tell you, because their ecosystem is very homogeneous, meaning it's only their stuff, right? Like ForgeRock isn't going to show you how to integrate with Ping. Ping isn't going to show you how to integrate with Okta. You got to take that up on yourself. So I like to have a lab, and we have this for all of our guys here. We have a whole lab set up in AWS that just has pretty much every product that we have our hands on. Every vendor that we're partnered with, we got it up there. So we got Plain ID, we got Strata, we got Ping, we got ForgeRock, we got some SailPoint, we got Oracle, we got, what else is up there? We got a bunch of smaller stuff too. But yeah, and we have all this stuff kind of tied together. So it's like, hey, We want to see what kind of federation servers as an IDP work with this new SP that we're working on. Well, we already have 3 or 4 set up. These are the types of labs you should spin up too, right? Because you can, even just VMs, you don't have to pay for EC2 instances and all that crap. I do it just because this way all my guys within our company have access to it whenever they want. They can just turn them on and off whenever they need them. But you can do it locally on your laptop. That's how I did this for years. I just had a bunch of VMs and I just spin them on and then see how they all work together and play with it. So that is the best way you can learn any product that's out there, right? Is watch the videos. The documentation is for reference. Don't go reading the documentation. You're going to bore the shit out of yourself and want to shoot yourself in the face. Don't read vendor documentation unless you're trying to figure something out. Watch the videos. They'll show you all about the software, and then just get your hands on it. And then say, hey, you know what? Okay, I have this ForgeRock directory and I have ping fed. I want to work these together so that this, LDAP is my user store for ping fed this IDP I'm setting up. How do I make that work? And do it. That's where you're going to learn stuff, and you're going to learn really what doesn't work, right? You're going to find out, okay, everything should work fine, but it doesn't because I didn't have the right certs, or it doesn't like self-signed certs, or something else, some other weird stuff. Those are the types of things that you're going to learn from that first real hands-on tech stuff. So do it. Get the videos, learn the stuff so you have a basic understanding of the product and what it can do and the feature sets and how to configure stuff. From there, download the software, build a lab, integrate them all together and play with it. Have fun. Break things. Try to hack the stuff. That's what I like doing. I like trying to find their software and find the weaknesses and the vulnerabilities, because that's really what's going to happen in the client side. Because when we walk into a client site, like right now I have a client where they're asking me to evaluate a whole bunch of different PAM solutions. So we're evaluating, I think, 6 different privileged access management software vendors. And they're like, which one's the best for us? Well, here's all the product, here's all the things that are great about this product, here's all the things that are great about this product, but what are the weaknesses? Like, oh, well, this one actually has a huge underlying issue with, so I'm not going to name names right now because I don't want to publicize that, but by finding the weaknesses of the product, that's when we really get to save our clients, right? Because no vendor is going to advertise their weaknesses. That's where we come in. As an agnostic, professional services company, we don't care. Like, yes, we have partnerships with vendors, and we'll promote the right product to the right partner or to the right, client and say, hey, for what you want to do and for what you have and for your organization, this product is the best one for you. Now, for someone else, it could be a completely different product set because they have a completely different set of requirements. They may be a Fortune 50 worldwide company, and the other one has 500 employees, and there's some small, medium business. Who knows, right? So vastly different recommendations. But knowing the weaknesses of all the products, knowing the levels of risk and vulnerability that exist within each product, that is the real benefit. That's when you can go to your client and be like, look, man, I know you like this product, but if you put this in place, here's all the issues that you're going to face that they're not telling you. And how do I know this? Because I've done it. I've gone through it. I've used it. I've implemented it before. Where? Maybe not in real life, but I've implemented it in my lab. And which means if it fails in my lab, it's not going to work for you. And if I can't get it to work, your people definitely aren't going to get it to work. So take the classes, download the software, build a lab, try to break stuff. And with that, you're going to become the smartest identity management rock stars out there. Hope this guys helps you. If you like this, share it with someone. Get the word out. We're trying to get as many people to listen to this awesome podcast or watch it on YouTube and LinkedIn where the videos are. But otherwise, Spotify and Audible and all those fun things are there. We have a ton of shorts. We try to make these as short as possible for the clips, like 30-second, 1-minute clips, so you can watch the reels on YouTube. You can see them on Twitter, on Instagram. We put them all up on there as well. Nidus IAM, pretty much everywhere you can find us. If you have any direct questions, you can always hit me up, adam@nidus.com, and just go to the website, nidus.com, if you want to check out what we do. But honestly, you probably want to talk to me. I'm also looking for people to interview. If you want to be on our podcast and talk about your software, or if you want to talk, you just want to shoot the shit and talk about what it's like being a consultant in the identity access manager space, let's talk. I'm down. I like having fun like this. So hit me up, guys. I'll talk to you guys around. Later.